Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to peak hurricane season day 6. Now, I've got to warn you. Technically, today's my first day off in over 2 weeks, and I've already had 3 beers. I've been hoping that Dorian was the superior Neptune opposition hurricane that I've been talking about since April, but since my original projection was the 18th to the 23rd of September, and knowing Dorian formed 2 or 3 days behind my original projections, I fear that this bad boy here is the New Jersey, New York, New England storm I have been going on and on and on about since April-ish. Super duper shout out to Cranky Weather Guy, who is better than ever at this. When I had my stall out breakdown, he was there to superhero it out for me, and he is still carrying on with Dorian, because Dorian is technically only over for the United States, and that is a big asterisk. Y'all are still going to get some effects up in the Northeast, and this could cause problems for Maine. But it's now going to be Nova Scotia's problem, and may hit you guys as a sloppy Category 2-3 hurricane, regardless of the misnomer. It's going to bring a whole lot of heavy wind and heavy rain and cause some problems. And remember, this is only day 6 of day 60 of peak hurricane season, and it looks like Mother Nature is going to pick on the East Coast. I think Louisiana and Texas are in the clear, but that is a guess. And this is the third year in a row where before hurricane season, I predicted that the USA would get hit by hurricanes, 2 or more, and I have been correct. And I want to remind you, I started covering hurricanes seriously in 2015. So it took me like 2 years of watching, and I didn't say that shit early on. And I'm not saying it to pat myself in the back. Lord knows I do that enough. But I'm just saying it because next year's hurricane season is going to be really wild too. But it should calm down in like 5 or 6 years. Thanks to everybody on the Weather Twitter team. Please remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And we are all in this together. So I am actually very thankful and grateful. The President of the United States has raised hurricane awareness so high right before the 2 weeks before our next landfalling hurricane. And that, we got another landfalling hurricane after that. And there are possibly hurricanes in between those. Robert LaRoche reminding me to remind you, being Nova Scotia and the upper Northeast, that this one's going to be a bitch, yo. Looks like an anvil of heavy rain. Do they still have anvils? Of course they do. I got to stop asking dumb questions. And whether Twitter, in their own way, have uniformly been agreeing that heck yeah, 94L is going to cause problems. And I got to get better at the planetary part of the defense. Faxi, what a weird name. Or not. Now a typhoon, the 6th one of the 2019 Pacific typhoon season. 75 miles per hour currently, and is forecasted to intensify farther as it heads for Tokyo, Japan. Michael Ventrice reminding us that Eric Blake is also reminding us that Dorian is going to have quite a bad hurricane for Canada. Nova Scotia might have winds that they haven't seen since Juan. They have some of the same letters. Cut me some slack. With damaging winds, 60 miles per hour expected over much of that Providence. Take precautions tonight. Cranky Weather Guy giving us the blues clues for the next setup. Our next features swing out of the Pacific change-ups, but after our mid-month cooler frontal forays, we'll hit the final run of late summer to close the month via Harry Potter rebuild consolidation reprisal. That sounds great. I don't want to sound creepy, but I absolutely love Hermione. Storm track far north, but North Atlantic to put on a show with these. And It's for suspense. Did he just Blue's Clues me and us with a secondary confirmation in the triangle of craziness? Wait, what? And so, we all make mistakes, and we all have our up days and down days. And so when making any major decisions about whether and how it might be impacting you and your family that day or over the week, I always say, check me if I start to go crazy, and then check Cranky, and then triple check it with the Florida Wave Master on hurricane data. So just to see how lining up we are. And so if this is 2 out of the 3, then yeah, we can't prepare for the superior Neptune opposition Northeast New Jersey, New York, New England hurricane soon enough. So I challenge Republicans and conservatives versus Democrats and liberals to a contest to see who can map out, prepare for, and help with the next landfalling hurricane the best. It'll be fun competition. Plus, we can all gather together to figure out how we can help the Bahamas, because they were absolutely devastated by Hurricane Dorian. I'd like to take a second for myself, if you don't mind. This has been a crazy week weather-wise. Have a great weekend. And I started drinking beer a little while ago. I'm out, but take a sip. Beer number 4. Don't get freaked out. I haven't drank in a long time, and I ain't driving anywhere. Basically, I had to sacrifice my car, my baby, keep Thor News up, alive, and running. I don't know if you know this, but getting out information different than the 2 narratives that the public is given at all times has been difficult. That is why I super thank and love and appreciate Asteroid Fight Club. The fact you've got helped me get us this far is majestic, magical, awesome. And thank you to God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, without whom I would be nothing. And my family, my friends, and all my mentors, and even my haters. What was I talking about? Okay. I've only got like 71 hours until the rest, and like 90% of the 100 monkeys outside me and Cranky, who understand what we might and probably will be dealing with. And so I've got like 2 to 3 days off. And the only way I'm going to be able to take a day off is if one of my 10 officially approved crushes or my 8 unofficial crushes swoops in and forces me to have fun for like 2 or 3 days. So this is a kind request to any of you ladies. We got like 71 hours. Come get me. I need to refresh my batteries. Dorian ain't done though. And one thing that has been consistent is magical sunrise photographs all around Dorian. So Katya and people in the Northeast, do me a favor, get some good photos of sunset tonight and as Dorian passes over the next few days. And Nova Scotia, Halifax, I think you guys are going to all get effects from this. Seriously though, the rain coming out of this, the purple is bad. And so that is going to create some major headaches and power outages. Time machine back to last Tuesday. This is the GFS run, and it drew it up much like I imagined it will be. And if you'll notice, it gets North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and it goes all the way up and stays. This says 982. But Dorian is projected to hit Nova Scotia as a mid-range Category 3 major hurricane. And I don't know if you know this, but Nova Scotia is norther and over colder waters than either New England, New York, or New Jersey. It's true. This photo from 3 days ago is from Jane E. Good night, ass. The colors in the sky remind me that God is a great divine architect and painter, and the auroras are a good indicator of how crazy the weather's going to get. And it seems like it's going to get great. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hi, Steve. And so part of my theory is that I figured out that some of the hurricanes are connected to Neptune, meaning the one we're looking for around September 18th to 23rd-ish, plus minus 5 days, and Eris, which would be the October storm for inner Florida. And so how I figured out the Neptune opposition, I already knew the Eris one, was that we had an inferior Neptune opposition in March with the land hurricane that devastated Nebraska and the Midwest. And so if this was the inferior opposition, meaning that in March, Earth was over here. And so we will be on this side. Technically, the opposition is the 10th. But the effective correlated connection, like I said, I guess is the 18th to 23rd, and then this will be the mid-October Florida hurricane. So that's a really roundabout way of saying that we can expect what will probably be Humberto, which is probably 94L, to be stronger than Dorian higher up. And so I'd say category 3 to category 5 asterisk WTF is possible. Yeah, this is the GFS run from 12 hours ago. If you'll notice, it puts Humberto right in the path of what I've been talking about. Although this does a weird flip-flop. And there is 20% chance it will go out to sea. That is not what we should prepare for. Now, I don't want to get too overconfident and cocky and make a mistake. 12 hours before that, the GFS had it going into the Gulf. So everybody in the Gulf needs to be prepared for this thing. But it has been my assertion since April that here to here needs to be really prepared for it, shall we say. All right. And I can be a gentleman, ladies, if you show up. Absolutely. It's actually really hard to get in my pants. Smoke them if you got them. But it's possible. Wait, what? I mean, it's been weird. It is weird. It's probably going to get weirder. But I really thank everybody out there who's been with me during any part of this journey. It's been wild, and I've done my best to do my best, though I haven't been perfect. For the record, I have always wanted to write a sequel to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid where they survive. Although I got like 12 or 13 originals I wrote. And so yeah, for the next 54 days, me and Cranky and the Weather Twitter team will be doing what we can to bring you guys the best information possible. Yeah, but stupid blue. And I'm a Christian, man. I forgive Mel Gibson for being a drunk asshole. I'm a fun drunk, though. So yeah, like I was talking about, August 30th, flow was 31st. 94L seems to be 3 or 4 days behind projected schedule. But models are pretty much agreeing with it. And the very latest GFS run runs out of tape as it is heading northwest towards the New York area. So I guess I'm like Paul Revere for hurricanes. But I'm your planetary defense commander, doing what I can to get Earth ready for 1,000 years of peace. So y'all stay cool I guess if nobody swoops in to pick me up tonight, out for fun and dancing or whatever, the ocean sounds cool. Then I'll probably play a beer acoustic session live, if that's your thing. Be sure and tune in. Okay, God bless everyone. I will keep you guys posted, and tune in to Cranky Weather Guy and the Twitter for the latest updates on Dorian, because it ain't over. It ain't over. So the next hurricane in September and in October will probably be bosses that have leveled up in difficulty and superpowers that do damage over time than Dorian. And Dorian was impressive and totally devastated the Bahamas. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Johnny. Okay, smoke it if you got him. I'm going to try and get my sense of humor back. And my groove back. Plus, a good luck kiss before the big fights began would help out a lot too. For me and Cranky. You're going to have to get his crush list from him though. Okay? God bless everyone. Stay cool. May the force be with you always. And let us live long and prosper together. Because a team is the way to go.